what we about to watch? Let's find some Strictly Bree to watch. Did she post yet? Hey, she posted. Let's watch it. Alright, you guys, if you can't tell already, we about to make some tea. But for all my people that don't like tea, like I don't like tea, get you whatever drink you want and let's talk about it. Let's talk about this training, these 15,000 miles with you and somebody you don't know. Get your drink and let's go.
What's up, go-getters? It's Strictly Bree back with another video, okay? But this is a special video. You want to know why it's special? Because we're finally talking about my training experience. And we got a little bit of tips and tricks and Q&A at the very end. So let's get to it. First, I want to give a shout out to all my go-getters out there getting this money, working hard, as well as the recruiters for Millis, the teachers. I want to give a shout out to dispatch. You know, people, they're here for us. We got to get this money and they're here for us. To all the staff, okay? And then I want to give a special shout out to all the students that be giving me updates on their progress and everything that be going on, because I love getting updates. Because why? We all about progression. We gotta progress. You know, we can't just stay in one area. We gotta keep moving, keep that motivation and self-care, that business. Everything has to keep moving, keep flowing. So I love it when y'all send me updates. Like, I just started school. I'm with my trainer. I passed my CDL test. You know, I got my own truck. So shout out to all the students that are now on their own. Shout out to all the students that just began their journey. And just know you got this. So I just want to start off with a little bit about me. Like, my name's Brianna Hutchins. I'm 25 years old. I've been working with Millis since February 2023. And I finally got my own truck June 10th, so I have completed the school. I completed the training. I completed every test they gave your girl. And now I'm on my own. So I just wanted y'all to let y'all know y'all can use me as a referral now. When y'all be applying, put Brianna Hutchins, referral, YouTube, don't play. They should know who I am by now, right? I'm just playing, you know. But yeah, y'all can use me as a referral. So go ahead and don't forget that. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the likes. This is going to be a little quicker than the other one, because the training is really about, depends on the person. Like, I'm the type of person who, I don't do well with confrontation. I'm just a roll with the flow type of girl, very peaceful. I'm not going to, like, speak my mind too much unless I'm like, bitch, you tripping type of thing going on, you know? Like, you talking to me crazy. So let's go ahead and start with the likes. I liked how my trainer, she was well informed. She knew her stuff, like she knew her area, she knew the truck, she knew what to do in sticky situations. So that helped me as a person who ain't know anything. That helped me a lot. And she's so sweet. Like, I can still call her to this day and still get help if I need it. And I also liked how she helped me out of sticky situations. Like I told you, like literally, it was like the third day of being on my own, and they sent me to Colorado. Let me wait till he turn off that backing noise. All right, y'all. They finished backing. I just wanted to make sure y'all could hear me. That's why I was like, let me stop. The training is really all about who you are, and it's really going to challenge you. Like, it's not, you know, like, you the type of person who's very aggressive, don't like being told what to do, think you're always right, then you're gonna have problems with some trainers. I'm not saying all trainers. Maybe some trainers don't give a fuck and just let you do what you want to do. So maybe that'll work for you. But that ain't gonna work with the trainer I had. Okay, you better listen. You better listen, because 9 times out of 10 she's always right. So I just wanted to let, like, number one be, she's well informed and she knew her stuff. Like, if I had a question, she was able to give me an answer. And we driving on the interstate and she's like, you need to get in your middle lane. And I'm like, okay, like, why am I getting in the middle lane? And then I see the sign that said, you know, we need to be in the middle lane for our exit on the left. So I'm like, dang, she know everywhere to go on the interstate. She know all that. But she's been driving for like 4 or 5 years, so I guess you'll know after a while. But I was like, damn, girl, can I read the sign? Okay, so like number 2, she helped me out of sticky situations. Like, even to this day, I still call her and I'm be like the 3rd day I have my own truck. You remember that Colorado video? Yeah, I had to call my trainer because I had no idea how the heck I was supposed to back into this dock. It looked so weird. So I like parked my truck very far away, and I didn't even have a Facebook. I just looked her up on Facebook and called her, man. Because she got an Android, I got iPhone, we can't FaceTime or Skype or anything like that. So I was like, man, I'm gonna have to call her. Shoot, look her up. So I looked her up, called her, and she answered, and she was like, okay, this is what you're gonna need to do. And she helped me out of that sticky situation. So I like it. Even when I was still in training, like, after a while, when you get to about 3,000 or 4,000 miles left, you're gonna have to start doing things on your own. So she was always telling me, like, hey, you need to make sure when you come into a spot, you're looking to set up for a side backing. I always just, she's out there, she'll help me. Let's just back into this thing. But now I was getting down to time, like I'm gonna be on my own, so she's telling me to do side. So the first time I tried to do a side without even asking her for any advice, anything, it was a fail. It was an automatic fail, bruh. So she just sitting there, and I'm over here driving, and I'm looking, I say, all right, so I need to make a little bit of U-turn, okay? I need to make a U-turn. This place was so tight, and I didn't know that. I didn't know it was tight. So I'm trying to make my U-turn, and she's like, you think you got that? I was like, I'm trying to turn wide and make a U-turn, and I did not have it. She had to get out. It took like 30 minutes just for us to actually turn around because it was so tight. And when I first pulled in, I was on the blind side. So I was trying to turn around, so when I back, I'm on my side. So that was a freaking mess, but she helped me out of that sticky situation. So like number 3, she was clean and organized. Like, I do not get mad at me, y'all, but I really thought her truck was gonna be dirty. And she smokes, I smoke, so I thought she would have cigarette ashes everywhere. I opened that truck, I was like,
ooh, this is nice. Girl, this all this is you right here? Okay. They don't smell like roaches in here or nothing.
everything was nice, organized, it was clean, it smelled good. And she didn't just do that just because it was my first time coming to her truck or nothing. She kept it like that the whole time I was in her truck. I felt like I was the messy one. Like, there was one time where I had waffles and syrup, and I didn't have like a paper bowl or nothing, so I ate it, and then I put the bowl on top of my bed, so when you stop, I know to clean it. Man, that syrup done dripped down, got on the wall. She was like, did you have something sticky up there? I'm like, I had some syrup, but I thought I wiped it out, but nope. It dripped down, so I had to clean that up. So that's another thing that I like. She's clean and organized, and she actually taught me how to clean my truck and keep it clean. Right now it's a little dirty because that's why this is out, but I'm gonna clean it. I just got another thing to do real quick, okay? So another thing I like, number 4, she showed me the ropes, like what a truck stops to avoid and stuff like that. Like, she told me not to really stay in Chicago area. So she told me like some places, like the further you can go before you hit Chicago, and the further you need to stop at before you even enter Chicago. So those were really nice. Now I just use Trucker Pad. In all the other states, I just stop wherever there's space, but I know not to stop inside of Chicago and some other places. But okay, like number 5. She kept me thinking about time. Like, I suck at time management. Even you can see that to my videos to this day. Like, I suck at time management. So she kept me thinking about the time, because when you're with a trainer, like, it doesn't matter what time you do stuff, because like, if you can't drive, they can drive. But it does matter if y'all finna stop somewhere for tonight, because these truck stops, they be getting full about like, some of them be getting full at like 7 or 8 o'clock. But the ones in the Carolinas, South and North Carolina, them things be getting full at 5 p.m. I don't know why, but they be getting full early. So you gotta make sure you have enough time to drop a load and have somewhere to stop, or if you need to you know, we may need to come up with a new plan, okay? So she kept me thinking about the time. She also kept me thinking about the time, especially when I got to around 3,000 miles left, because when you're with a trainer, like I told you, I can drive, you can drive. So if I drive my time out and we didn't make it, we can just switch and she'll do it. But when you by yourself, that's a whole nother situation, bruh. It's a whole nother situation. So she really kept me thinking about my time. And I remember one time she was like, when we were going to a load and we had to stop at a Love's because one of our trailer tires wasn't good. So we had to switch that and we had to drop that load that night. And she was like, so if you were by yourself, would you make this? And I was like, actually, no, I wouldn't have. And she was like, well, then you would have needed to message dispatch. And I was like, okay, girl, thinking about the time. I feel you. I got you, boo. I'm going to think about it. So, like number 6. We didn't butt heads a lot. Like, there were some times where we had, like, little, not even an argument, but just different views on stuff. Like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 times. But it was never serious to where I was like, I can't do this. I need to get out her truck. And it was never serious for her to be like, she need to get the hell up out my truck. I'm sick of her. You know, it was never that deep. Because like I told y'all got to work on the type of person you are. Like, do you take constructive criticism? Do you listen? Do you always got to have something to say? Like, it's okay to just say, okay. Don't say K or like, just say, okay. And keep it pushing. Because half the time people be arguing and it's not even that deep. So please take that into consideration. That's another like I liked about her, because the director of training, he was telling me how some females, they'll be good with each other for about 2 weeks or so. And then that female stuff, you know how females are. We can't hang out with each other for too long before we start butting heads. But that never happened with us. So I'm glad we made it the whole 10 weeks we had with each other and we kept it pushing. So, all right. Now it's time for us to talk about the dislikes. Okay. So, one of my dislikes is I tried to make it even. So, there should be like 6 and 6. So, Millis cannot help this. Just letting y'all know. They cannot help this. But I dislike how there's no space for 2 people in the truck. It's tight. It's tight. So for me, I'm an overpacker. So I literally packed up too much stuff. But it was never like in her way. Like, she told me what spaces I had available, so I made sure I utilized those spaces. I didn't overboard her boundaries. Like, I didn't put hella stuff on the floor. I didn't put stuff in the passenger seat. You know, I kept stuff on my bunk and on that very top shelf. If y'all remember, she gave me that very top shelf. Like, I didn't overboard her space or anything. But I'm telling y'all, it's not enough space. So if you're claustrophobic, I really don't know if it's going to be a problem, because I'm not claustrophobic. But you can let the windows down. You got windows up there. My trainer was really nice, and she gave me a fan to use because it was hot as hell up in this truck. So she let me use one of her fans, and that's why I got one right now. But I'm letting y'all know, you need to ask, like, when you get your trainer, before you even start packing, you need to ask them, how much space can I have up in there? Because she didn't have to give me that little top shelf. She didn't have to. She could have been like, you got your bed. That's it. And I would have been like, okay. She also gave me a little bit of space in the fridge, but our fridges ain't that big now. So I had to make it do what it make it do. So just letting y'all know, pack light, but still pack 2 weeks worth of clothes, okay? Because it's tight up in there. So dislike number 2. The food, there was only so much space in the fridge, so the food I was eating was like hot dogs, ramen noodles, mac and cheese, yogurt. I love my yogurt. And that was basically it. Some chips, Twizzlers, some stuff like that. But a girl get tired of eating hot dogs, so I started buying fast food. So I'm just letting y'all know, don't be bringing cases of water and stuff like that. Like, bring you a gallon of water, maybe 1 or 2, and call it a day. Don't be bringing stuff and now you can't even put all the stuff on your bed because you're so tall and taking up the whole damn bed that you ain't got space to put your stuff. Because I'm telling y'all right now, it's tight and the fridge ain't that big, okay? So another dislike, I mean, hey, it's life, but still, we took a lot of home time requests, but I know people from YouTube, my other subscribers who has trainers, and they took way more than me, so I'm grateful for what we had going on. At least she let me come to her house. Like, I wasn't just sitting in a hotel for 34 hours or a weekend doing nothing. She let me come to her house. And then sometimes, like, if she would go take a home time request, like down south, I was able to come home. But I'm letting y'all know now, if your trainer takes a lot of home time requests, it's gonna take y'all a longer time to get your miles, because you gotta drive. You have to drive 15,000 miles. So if y'all taking a home time request every other week, it's gonna take even longer. But I mean, you can't get mad at the trainer because they got a life too, you know. But it's still like, damn, you're doing too much for me, buddy. Another dislike was my pay was not right when I first started being with my trainer. So I guess my name and my driver ID wasn't assigned to her truck. So we just driving. I'm driving all these miles and da-da-da-da-da. And I look at my check. I'm like, girl, I'm getting $100. This can't be right. So she got in contact with payroll, and they finally figured out that I wasn't assigned to her truck. And another way for y'all to figure this out is if you're using your EFS card and you're supposed to be assigned to your trainer's truck, that should work. Mine never worked. And it took us like 4 days we were just like, maybe it's a glitch, you know, maybe it'll work a couple of days. After the 4th day, we was like, we need to contact payroll. So yeah, I didn't have a check for a while. It was like with training, with your trainer, you get paid every week, but it's the following week. So with the school, you work Monday, you get paid that Friday. But with the training, you work Monday, you'll get your check that next Monday. Okay? So it's not like you get paid that same week. You still get paid weekly though. But yeah, so I asked for an advance, so then when I got my check, it was actually smaller. But hey, at least they let me get an advance. They didn't have to do that, even though it wasn't much. But hey, something's better than nothing. But yeah, I hate it. I just like that they messed up my first pay, because you know that's my first paycheck. But hey, I'm not mad. I'm not complaining. It's really not that big of a deal because they handled it. And also, with that being said, since I wasn't assigned to her truck, all those miles wasn't there. So she has a notebook. I'll show you. She keeps a notebook like this. Come on. Can you see it? Yeah, it's a JJ Keller notebook, and she keeps all her stuff like already organized. So she puts the mileage up here and then the load information, and that's how we can keep track of our miles. So once I noticed that they messed up on my paycheck with my miles, I just started keeping my notes in my phone with all the information because I didn't have a notebook. So I suggest keeping track of your miles. All right. This is like number 5. When you're driving, you're not supposed to have no headphones or none of that. No talking on the phone. Either you can talk to your trainer, maybe they'll be nice enough to let you hook up to the radio, but you can't have no headphones, no music, no nothing. So it's just like 8 or 11 hours of just silence unless you can actually talk, you know, can make a conversation with them. But hell, talking to somebody can only do so much. I need to listen to music. So that's another dislike, but I understand. I feel like if you got one headphone in or y'all got the music going, like let me hook up my phone while I'm driving. But some trainers, they don't go down for that. It's dead silent. So that's another thing y'all need to prepare for, okay? All right. I think this is number 6. So one thing that I didn't even realize, so when I first got with my trainer, we had to go to Columbus, Ohio, and she drove first. She picked me up at like 2 o'clock, and she said we're going to be driving all night because we got to go like to Columbus, then Weedsport, New York. We got to do a lot. So I had to go to sleep while she was driving so I could drive at night. And I'm the type of person where I have to sleep with the TV on. I can't just be falling asleep. And if I don't have a TV, I use YouTube or watch a movie or something. I got to have something to hear while I go to sleep. Well, I didn't have no headphones, so the whole ride while I was asleep, she was driving and all she heard was paternity court. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The minute she said it would go off, I would wake up, turn it back on, then go back to sleep. And I felt so bad when she told me that, because I love paternity court, but I doubt she wanted to hear that the whole ride. But, so I feel real bad. So the next chance I got some headphones. But you know how Apple is. Oh my Lord. You know how Apple is, like I bought the cheap ones. I didn't buy the AirPods like I have now because I would have lost them. I gotta watch TV when I'm trying to sleep. These things would have fell out. So I bought the $20 ones so I can't charge my phone and watch TV at the same time. And even if I did, my phone would die. So I would try to like charge my phone. Like I would try to go to sleep with the headphones on and then like wake up, charge my phone, turn the volume down really low and then go back to sleep. But that could only work so much. So that's another thing I dislike, because you know we're in close space. Some people like it to be dark and silent. Some people like me don't care if the light is on, gotta have something playing. So you really just gotta know your trainer and just make sure y'all compromise. This whole experience, y'all need to be able to compromise. That's gonna be my number one tip. Because if y'all don't compromise, it's not gonna work. And then you're gonna go do trainer after trainer after trainer, and you keep switching trainers, it's gonna make your 15,000 miles keep going backwards. Sometimes you gotta push through it and get your 15,000 miles, and now you're on your own. Like you gotta sacrifice sometimes. Like if you keep switching trainers, you not getting them 15,000 miles as quickly as you should. So I made sure, like when I got into this, I'm not switching no trainers. I almost switched trainers at the very end because I was really close to getting 50,000 miles, and she had to take a home time request. And I was like, bruh, if I go home to my hometown and she live up north, that means I'm gonna miss 7 days of a paycheck. And if I go home with her, it's like, I wanna see my family too. So that's why we made sure that I was ready. I got them 15,000 miles and I was able to get my own truck before she had her home time request. Because regardless, if I got into my own truck or didn't, she was going home regardless. She already said that. So I really had to push it into gear and really focus and make sure I'm on my stuff so I can get my own truck. Alright, so let's talk about these tips. I'm just letting y'all know now, tip number one, because I didn't know this when I first started, but you have to drive 15,000 miles. I thought it was shared, like if she drive and I drive, you know. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I thought it was shared, like I drive, she drives, as long as we get 15,000 miles together, we good. Man, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was still driving. Like I drove 8.5 hours my first day, baby girl, baby boy, baby whoever. Okay, so don't get me wrong, Bree was driving. She said some people, they can't even make it 2 hours. Your girl got 8.5 her first day. Okay, so, but I thought it was shared, like all these miles, we doing them together. But nope, she quickly told me 50,000 miles on your own, because she would drive early in the morning and I would drive after her. But once she told me I need to, cause I'm not the type of, I wasn't the type of person that get up early in the morning, but she was, so we had like a system going. But once she told me 15,000 miles on my own, I was like, well girl, I'm gonna have to start driving first. I'm not trying to get the little chump change mileage. Let me go first then. So if it wasn't too early, then I would drive first. But if it was like 4 a.m., 2 a.m., 12 a.m., she's definitely got it. She definitely got it wrong. So another tip, I would say keep track of your miles. Your trainer's gonna do that for you. But like I told you, I like to keep track of my miles just in case there's any payroll issues. So they'll send out your paycheck, and if y'all not looking at your pay stub, what are you doing? Like, come on now, look at your pay stubs. So I make sure my trip is on there, and I really, you know, my layover is on there. You don't get detention pay while you're in training, but you do get layover. So that's like $100 if they don't have any loads for you that day. Like right now, I should get layover pay because I'm still sitting here and they have no loads to pay. So keep track of that as well. We already kind of talked about this on the dislike, but pack light but pack enough for 2 weeks worth of clothing, because you have to make sure it's seasonal. You can't just be packing shorts and a tank top and your ass up north and it's freaking cold. Because I packed boots and leggings and sweatpants and it was good, But then it started getting hot. And your girl had nothing but leggings and tennis shoes and long sleeve shirts and some t-shirts. But it started getting hot. So when I went home, I definitely fixed that. So pack light, but pack in seasonal worth 2 weeks of clothing. Okay? And I'm just gonna let y'all know now, when it comes to the clothing, I did bring like pajamas and stuff, but I never used them unless I was at her house. Cause like, I'm gonna take a shower, but I'm gonna wear the clothes I'm gonna wear tomorrow. I'm not gonna take a shower, put on pajamas, and then change to put on the clothes I'm gonna wear during the day. Who got time to do all that laundry? That's too much laundry. All right. 2, 4. Okay, tip number 4. There will be a test at the end of training. Okay, you don't just do your 15,000 miles and boom, you get your own truck. You do your 15,000 miles, and your trainer will decide if you're ready or not. If they don't think you're ready, then you're gonna keep driving. They're gonna talk to the director of training, and that's how it was for me. Like, she didn't think I was all the way ready. Like, she noticed that there was some improvements, so she told me the week before I was gonna get my 15,000 miles. Like, you need to really kick it in the gear, because I was like kind of sad when she told me I wasn't gonna get my own truck. I was like, what? I'm doing all of this? I mean, I feel like I'm doing good, but she was like, well, you need to do better. And I talked to Greg, and he's like, if I don't think you're ready, you're not getting it. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna show you that I'm ready. And she was like, okay. So I showed her I was ready, and I got my own truck. But if she didn't think I was ready, your girl would not be getting her own truck. Greg said 15,000 miles is the minimum. That's not the maximum, it's the minimum. So, like I'm telling y'all, make sure y'all listen to y'all trainers, and hopefully they giving y'all some good tips and telling y'all how to do this stuff out here. Hope they're not just sitting down, not doing nothing. But I didn't have to worry about that. Oh, it's hot right here. But yeah, y'all, so just make sure that y'all are, make sure that you know that you'll be tested at the end before you get your own truck. And I'm not talking about a CDL test. I'm talking about a road test, but it's with an apprentice. So your trainer could also be an apprentice. I don't know if I'm saying this is right, but it's like apprenticeship. So my trainer, she's able to be an apprentice. That means she's able to test out trainees, but she doesn't like testing out her trainees, because I understand, like, that's too much. Like, what if I do something, they're like, oh, well, you said she was ready to go. So she doesn't like testing out her trainees. So I would have to either go with another trainer or go with Gary or somebody. I don't know anybody else, but Gary or somebody that can pass me or fail me. And it's like, I believe you only get one test. Like, it's not this like the CDL test where you can try it 3 times, you just gotta pay. No, this is it. You take that test and it's done. That's it. It's done. You hit a curb, you going home. There is no more driving for you. So that's why I was starting to get scared, because I was like, I did not know that. I thought 15,000 miles and I get my own truck. But no, you gotta take another test. But y'all got this. As long as you've been doing it with your trainer and they haven't had any complaints, then you know you got this, okay? So make sure that you bring that paperwork. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the tip number 5. Make sure y'all bring that paperwork that they give you for orientation, because it's gonna have your mileage sheet. It's gonna have, like, what do they call it? It's like a progress chart. It's paperwork that you need while you're with your trainer, so they can turn that in, and that it's documented that you worked on this and you know this, okay? So make sure you bring that paperwork from orientation. And like I already told y'all, tip number 6 is compromise. So you have to be adaptable. You have to be able to compromise and work through any problems you have with your trainer. Because I'm telling y'all keep switching trainers, man. That's just gonna waste y'all's time. But I understand, like, I met some people that switched trainers because their trainer was gonna be out for like 2 weeks, and they were really close to getting their miles. So I was like, yeah, I would have switched too, because like, I'm trying to get this done, baby girl. I keep saying baby girl, but I got men in here too, so baby people, I guess. But yeah, just be able to compromise and be adaptable, and just try to work through any issues before you have to. Like, if you can't work it through your trainer, of course you probably have to go to Greg, but try to work it through your trainer. And if they just not having it, then you go to Greg. But I never had to go to Greg, so I hope y'all don't have to be. But he's there if you need him. All right, tip number 7, make sure you know when to get up. Like, every night before me and my trainer, we went to sleep, we made sure we knew what time we needed to get up. Because this happened to me the first time and the last time. We was waiting on a load to get a load, so we were just sitting there all day, and then they sent us a load at like 6 in the morning, and I was still asleep, and she got on the road and she was ready to go. She left. We was good. I was still in the truck, of course, but she left. So I was a little upset because I like to do my little regimen in the morning, but I didn't get to do that because my ass was still asleep. So, like I said, make sure y'all know what time y'all need to get up. Make sure that you have your volume up with your transflow so you can hear the notifications. Because when it's time to go, it's time to go. You had to leave at 6 a.m. because we had to be there by 8 a.m. So I'm not mad at her. I understand. But tip number 8, I was a little upset because I'm the type of person, I like to take my showers in the morning. That's part of my regimen. It wakes me up. I feel good throughout the day. Boom. But I was a little upset because she got up and left and I couldn't take my shower. So your girl looking dusty that whole day. But hey, tip number 7, take your showers at night. Stop taking them in the morning. I mean, if you're on your own, hey, do your thing. You can do that because you control what you want to do. But when you with your trainer, make sure you take your showers at night because you never know what time y'all got to leave in the morning. And that's why I missed out, and it won't happen again. I take my showers at night. All right, y'all. So I'll be right back, actually. Okay? I got to go. What's up, y'all? I'm back. Had to make a little break real quick. So we talked about the likes, the dislikes, and some tips. And another tip would be when you get to around 3,000 miles, you need to make sure that you have some basic things for your truck. Now, hopefully you already have sheets that you use while you're in training, but you're going to need some other things that you don't have in training that you're going to need before you get your own truck. That means a trash can, trash bags, a big broom to sweep out your trailer, a little dustpan, and a little broom so you can pick up the little pieces. And I would go ahead and get a clipboard so you keep up with your paperwork, some pens, and those are just the top things you need when you get to around 3,000 miles. And also, you're going to need cleaning supplies because not all these trucks are going to come clean and ready to go. You may need to clean them. That means some Clorox wipes, some Lysol, some window spray, some window wipes to get the glass wipes, just everyday cleaning supplies that you're probably going to need to clean out this truck. So those are just some more things that you're going to need when you get to around 3,000 miles and you're about ready to get your own truck. So let's get into this Q&A, y'all. We got some questions and I got answers, okay? So I want to go ahead and insert this. So I wanted to make it clear on like what's the difference between CPM and versus straight pay. Now I do straight pay because it's my first year driving a truck. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to make my paycheck complicated or anything. So I was just like, do the straight pay. I'll do CPM next year. So straight pay, you get your rate. There's no difference. You get your straight rate. So it used to be 44 cents. So I was making 44 cents straight pay. And then if you do CPM, it's still 44 cents, but they tax it. So you're really getting 37 cents every mile you drive. The rest is taxed. And then you also for CPM, you get like vacation days. I believe you get a week or 2 a year of vacation days versus straight pay. You want to take a vacation, that's fine, but you're not getting paid for it, okay? So that's another difference if you want to look into. If you take a lot of vacations and you still want to get paid, do the CPM. But I do the straight pay. So I just wanted to put up that little pamphlet. That is not based off nobody for real. That's just showing you the difference of what CPM versus straight pay looks like. They'll show you that same thing in orientation as well. So don't think it's like classified information. So how much you get paid? So y'all, your girl will also put another thing. That's how much I got paid while I was doing my training. Now, like I tell y'all, home time requests will reflect your paycheck. Like some people can get more miles and more pay because they're not taking as many home time requests. Or some people don't run as hard as some other people, so that reflects their paycheck as well. So that's how much I got. That's how many miles I did. I separated in the month, so that's how many miles I did in April, May, and June with my trainer, and that's how much I got paid. Also, I have a bankruptcy, so you would get paid more than that. I also have the 401k benefit, so you would get paid more if you don't have that. And what else? And yeah, my taxes are Georgia taxes, so if you live somewhere with higher taxes, then that'll make a difference. Another question. So yes, while you're in training, they do have the front, inward, and rear, front facing and rear facing cameras. So like right now, if they want to look at the camera, they see me talking to my phone. They can see how I drive. If you are doing sleeper berth and you're just chilling in your truck, you're not going nowhere, you are able to cover up that rear facing camera, my trainer said, but when you're driving, it has to be uncovered for the first year. And this is more towards people who are actually went to the school, actually has a trainer. It's not for people that already had their CDL and they came to Millis to get a job, because those people, you don't have to have the cameras on. I figured that out. You don't have to have the cameras on. That's only for when you get an accident. But if you did come to the school and you're going through training and you get your own truck, you would have to have those cameras on for a year. And I just want to go ahead and tell y'all some exciting news. So when I started out, when I finished school, oh my gosh. 1 second, let me get this right for y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I just want to make sure when I give y'all this information that it's correct, okay? So let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys, because when I started off doing the training, I already knew I was going to make 44 cents, but right around June, they sent out an email to all the students and the pay actually went up. So after we complete our classroom training, we'll get a pay rate of 44 cents, and that's by mileage. So if you drive 500 miles, you multiply that by 44 cents, and that's how much you got paid for that trip. But we were also, once we completed and we got in our own truck, we're supposed to get a 1 cent raise every 3 months for the first year. So I think that'd be 4 cents. Yeah, it's 4 cents you would get a raise for like 1 year, because it's 1 cent every 3 months. But they did away with that. They don't do that no more. So for all my new people out there, this is the time for y'all to sign up and use me as a referral. But sign up, because now they went up. They getting rid of that 1 cent every 3 months. Now you automatically get the 48 cents. Even when you're a student in training, you're supposed to get 48 cents. So I only got that. I didn't get that at all, because right when I got my own truck, that's when they started implementing that. But even while you're a student and you're training, you still get the 48 cents straight pay. Now, if you're not doing straight pay, then you'll get 41.5 cents, because that's CPM. So you'll get 41.5 every mile. And then if you're doing Southeastern Regional, you'll get 46 cents per mile, straight pay. And if you do CPM, you get 40.5 cents per mile for regional. And if you do something else, like, I don't know what GP Bruton stands for, but that's 40 cents per mile for straight pay and 40.5 per mile. And if you do Texas Regional, it's the same pay. It doesn't change. But yeah, so just wanted to let y'all know that your girl got a raise. And as long as we're doing accident free, we're safe driving, don't get any tickets, we'll keep that raise as well. So that's some good news. If you're interested in Millis, you're getting that money. Okay. Also, another Q&A. So you guys, you can submit a home time request. You just have to talk to your trainer and they'll help you. Like, I submitted a home time request and she just told me that I had to put my name and where I wanted to go. And I have to put my name because it's assigned to, 2 people are assigned to this Qualcomm. So you got to put your name so they know who's it for and where they want to go. So just talk to your trainer. Everybody's able to do a home time request if it's that, Just talk to your trainer. Make sure y'all got a plan on how y'all gonna make it work, because maybe they want to go home too, or maybe they want to go home and you want to go home. So make sure you just talk to your trainer and they can help you with the home time request. But hey, y'all, if you got any more questions, please comment down below. I'll be happy to go get the answer for you. I'm not the type of person that just be like, I don't know. But hey, y'all teaching me, I want to teach y'all. And don't forget, y'all, you got this. We're go-getters, and let's go get this money. Peace.